I cannot remember one time in my life being able to breathe through my nose. If I sit here, I can go. And I could sit here and do that for maybe a minute, but then I would start feeling like I'm holding my breath because I don't get enough oxygen when I do that, so I have to just go. When I'm sleeping, my mouth is open and I'm breathing, and if for some reason my mouth closes, I wake up going, feeling like I was suffocating. About 6 months ago, I learned I had a deviated septum. I was so excited to find out because we could go forward with doing a procedure that could fix it. And hopefully by the end of this, I'll be able to breathe through my nose.
Let's take a look inside Erika's nose with the endoscope. Now we're looking through her right nostril. Here's the septum on the side here on the right. You can see it's nice and straight initially, and there is actually a decent opening. But as we go further back, you can see how the septum is beginning to curve towards the side wall and block the nasal passage on this side. Now, if we look at the opposite side, you see the septum. Again, it's nice and straight initially, but then here you can see how it's really projecting out and touching the side walls. So that's what we're gonna try to fix. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and make the incision just on the inside of the nose and just peeling the flap away from the cartilage and the bone. This is probably the main area that was causing her the problem. I think this is definitely one of the most complex septums just because it's not necessarily deviated from one side to the other. This is what was the real issue. So you can see how bent this is. See how it gets really wide in the back like that? That it really shouldn't be that way. It should be nice and thin. That's why it was blocking her breathing. I'm gonna go back in and see what it looks like now that we removed the septum. I'm just seeing if there's any other pieces maybe that I'd like to take out. So you can see how this piece is so strange, right? It's almost like a pyramid. We'll go ahead and take that piece out as well. Now that the septum has been addressed, we can actually go all the way now to the very end of this tunnel, which we could never see before. Now we're all done.
Erika and her surgeon, Dr. Jivianne Lee, join us. Just about a week out, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I can actually breathe through my nose, which is amazing. I've never felt air through my nose completely before, and it's weird. It's cold.
Hers was purely functional. It didn't change the way her nose looks. It was just designed to be able to breathe through her nose. But what was really unique about her procedure was that it was done purely endoscopically. So traditionally, we would do this with just a headlight. But if you think of the nasal passage as like this long tunnel, you know, the headlight's really great at looking at the front of the nose, and I think that's why nobody could see it before. But with the endoscope, we could really see all the nooks and crannies of the septum, identify that it was really the posterior or the most further back part of it that was crooked. I will say, though, that the surgery doesn't cure allergies, so I want to make sure. So just because, you know, if you have nasal congestion, it turns out it's because of your allergies, you might still be stuck taking the allergy meds.
What is the cause? If it's a functional deviated septum, obviously something like this works wonders. Erika, we're so happy with your result. Rachael, great job.